It's early, y'all. I wanted to do this video at 8 a.m. because I took a class with Bobbi Brown yesterday. They gave me a masterclass on their new concealer and they said it's a 16-hour wear. I'm dubious as hell. So I thought I would test this out today. I'm not gonna wear it for 16 hours, I'm gonna wear it for 12 hours. I just wanted to give it a full wear test. I miss videos like this on YouTube. I also am tired of like inflammatory things. Like if it doesn't last for 16 hours, don't give it a 16-hour wear time. So I thought we'd do it today. I have tried this concealer and I'm gonna use it in conjunction with my favorite foundation for long wear, which is the NARS light reflecting foundation. I have the shade Mont Blanc. I'm also going to be using Bobbi Brown's foundation stick. They gave me Neutral Honey to bronze with and showed me how to do it yesterday. Let's get ready and then I will check in throughout the day. I do plan on actually doing things today, so I'll be outside. I won't just be like chilling at my house. And so you'll get a full wear test. Let's do a wear test of the new Bobbi Brown concealer. It's time for the concealer. This concealer is interesting because of the doe foot applicator. They called it a reservoir. You see how much product is in there? And it's like bent in this weird angle. First impressions of the concealer, I do like the doe foot applicator. I think it's very interesting because it has this weird shape that has the reservoir. It has this tip at the top that you use to like dot concealer on. You swipe at the back. Like I think it's a very inventive and new form of applicator. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. This is the base. I'm gonna just spray the hell out of my face with some Milk Makeup Hydra Grips Set and Refresh spray. So this is what we're working with here. The concealer, I would say, is a medium buildable coverage. I do have some darkness underneath my eyes. I didn't use a color corrector, but if you look really closely, you can see there is some darkness. Obviously, if I had used a color corrector, that would have gone away, but I don't use color correctors. I do think it looks really fresh and hydrating and dewy. I enjoy how the skin looks. Okay, this is the look. I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. Okay, this is a 2-hour update. I'm mentally unwell. I'm reading Crescent City and I just got to like a really important part and I want to keep going, but I have a meeting in like 10 minutes. This is what the concealer is looking like at 2 hours. I have nothing to say. Okay, 4 hours in on the concealer. I'm about to go on a walk. I really have nothing negative to say so far. Do I think it will last 12 hours? No, but 4 hours in, it looks nice. The lip was the first casualty. Okay, hello, I'm back for a 9-hour check-in. I definitely don't think this is gonna last 16 hours. It still looks pretty good. I will say though that like my darkness, which was pretty much covered, is starting to peek through and pretty prominently. You can see it here and you can definitely see it on this eye. I will say though I have been running around all day and also it started raining on me as I was coming home. But I did ask my partner what he thought of the concealer at about 6.5 hours and he was like, it looks really natural. He's like, a little darkness. And I was like, yeah. So that's pretty much my only complaint with it so far. It's sitting really well on my chin, on my forehead, on my nose. It hasn't really rubbed off and I've been eating and doing everything. So I think overall it's a good daily wear concealer. I'll check in at 12 hours. Oh, I need a mirror. The never-ending siren. Hi y'all. It has been 12 hours and I'm here to check in about the makeup with you. I could technically probably do 14 hours, but I really want to get this makeup on my face, I'm not gonna lie. How it held up. Overall, I think the under eyes look pretty good. For 12 hours, I'm impressed. I can see where they are fudging it to 16 hours. I think past this point, I don't know if it'll look good, you know what I mean? So what I noticed mostly was my darkness started to creep out from underneath the concealer. This eye especially, because I have way more darkness under this eye. And I mean, this is not a fault of the concealer, but my mascara did start moving because I was laughing and smiling. That happens when I do that. The only thing I will say is right here on the outer corner over here, I don't know if you guys can see it on the camera, but I do feel like the concealer is getting a little dry. Like there are tiny, tiny little patches of dryness over on this side of the concealer and on this side as well. And it could just be the highlight mixing in with it. So I don't even know if that's a legitimate thing. Pretty much all gone for my chin. What am I saying? I was eating salad and pasta, so that's gone. But my forehead looks great. My nose surprisingly still has foundation on it. It looks pretty good. But the under eyes, I have to say they still look very hydrated. The coverage is still pretty good for 12 hours. I'd say it's definitely settled into my lines underneath my eyes. I feel like a little bit of the coverage has faded throughout the day, but overall, I am pretty impressed with it. It's funny because when I checked in with you guys at 9 hours, I felt like my darkness was so prominent. And what was interesting about this concealer is that the longer I wore it, at that point, like there was like an apex, like it reached like, okay, it's getting a little gross now. And it just plateaued out, and then somehow it got back to being better. Like I feel like my under eyes look way different right now than it did 9 hours. I feel like it looks a little bit less dark. Like it looks more like brightened again. Yeah, overall I'm really impressed with this. If you guys had watched my foundation video for dry skin, this is the NARS foundation, wearing it for 12 hours, and it does still look absolutely stunning. There's still a ton of bronzer, of blush, of highlight. I would comfortably wear this to an event. I would comfortably wear this 8 hours to work, even 10 hours. I mean, at 12 hours, like I said, the makeup still looks phenomenal. I did take a nap. I went out for a walk. I like jogged a little bit. I was caught in the rain. I had Yoshi. I made Yoshi not lick my face today. But like everything that I encounter in my everyday life happened while I was wearing this makeup, and I'm beyond impressed that it's held up so well. The shade range is not super great. I think 16 shades is not enough because I have the lightest shade and I am pretty fair, but I'm not the fairest person out there. And I do not think that it goes nearly fair enough, nor do I think it has a deep enough range on the shade range. I feel like, as with most foundations and concealers that aren't like Fenty Beauty, the middle has a lot. If you are like light medium to tan to deep tan, you have a lot of options. But when it comes to deep shades and fair shades, I do think they need at least 6 more shades. And I hope that they end up doing that, because truly it's nice. But in the winter, this would be too deep for me. So just putting that out there as well. I know I get PR from them, but I am not gonna let that color my opinion of their products. I will continue to wear this concealer. If you guys want to see like an updated concealer review after I wear it for about a month, let me know, leave it in the comments. I guess I will give this concealer a solid 8.5 out of 10, and what can make it a 10 out of 10 is expanding the shade range, because it just is not comprehensive enough, and it is 2024, and 16 shades of concealer is nothing to balk at because a lot of people only have like 10 to 12, yet a big company like Bobbi Brown can afford to make 6 more shades that fit deeper skin tones and fairer skin tones. So that is my review of my first impressions, I guess, of the concealer. Does it wear 16 hours? I think it actually could wear 16 hours. Am I gonna wear 16 hours? Hell no. I'm gonna take it off right now so I can finish this book and cry and sob my little eyes out. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.